I want to talk about something that so many women apologize to me for. They'll say, I don't know what's wrong with me. I ended up on the kitchen floor crying yesterday. Or, I thought I was doing better, but then I completely fell apart again. Sometimes they're angry, sometimes they're sobbing, sometimes they just keep repeating, I can't do this anymore. And almost every single one of them believes that moment means they're going backwards. I don't. In fact, I often think those moments are some of the most important moments in the whole process. If you're in what I call the descent in my threshold framework, life often feels as though it's taking everything from you. The relationship has changed, the job no longer fits, your future feels uncertain, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You're trying so hard to keep everything together because that's what you've always done. You keep functioning, you keep showing up, you keep telling yourself you'll be okay until one day you can't. Maybe someone asks if you're all right, and that's all it takes. Maybe you get home after work and close the front door. Maybe you're washing the dishes. And suddenly, all the emotion you've been holding back comes rushing out. You cry harder than you expected. You might even hear yourself saying, I can't do this anymore. Then almost immediately, another voice appears. Pull yourself together. You're being dramatic. Other people cope. Why are you still like this? That second voice creates almost as much pain as the first. Inside my threshold framework, this is the descent. This is the phase where the old version of your life is falling away, but the new one hasn't formed yet. And because we're so used to believing that strength means holding everything together, we mistake emotional release for failure. But I don't believe that's what's happening. I think those tears are release. I think the shouting, the sobbing, the anger, the despair, they're all the feelings you've been carrying while trying to survive. When you finally let them move through you, something changes. Not because the situation changes, but because you're no longer using all of your energy to resist the reality of what's happening. There's a surrender that begins. Not giving up, not hopelessness, acceptance. And that's a huge difference. I've sat with so many women during these moments. They tell me, I can't keep fighting. This isn't fair. I don't know how much more I can take. They think they're showing me their weakest moment. But that's never what I see. I see someone who's finally telling the truth, who's finally allowing herself to feel what she's spent months, sometimes years, holding inside. And honestly, that takes enormous courage. Much more than pretending you're fine. So if you've had one of those moments recently, please don't automatically assume you're failing. You might simply be in the descent. And if you are, those tears may not be evidence that you're breaking. They may be evidence that you finally stopped carrying what was never yours to hold forever. And in my next video, I want to talk about what happens after those moments, because that's where something really beautiful begins.